Get this door shut. That beautiful. Well, hello, folks. Welcome back along. How you all doing today? Welcome to another episode on Marwell Manor Farm. Today it's another episode of excessively overpowered equipment for small rakes. Really, we're using the case 160 on the rake here. We're going to go out and rake up the last of the hay that's down, and we're going to get it baled, but I just don't know by what at the moment. I'm still trying to figure that out today. It's likely going to be a contractor with a big square baler, but we'll see. At the minute there, we're not quite sure how it's all going to come to pass, but least I can do is get it all raked up now anyway. It's another beautiful, long, sunny, dry day, which is great news. Really, really good news. We've had a few of them back to back now, so that is all dried out. What we did do is get all the silage bales stacked up there nicely. They're all out of the way. Scrubbed off a bit of the grass, but hey ho. Nice little stackyard in there now. At least it's getting some use. And we'll just come around the corner here. And in we go. So we'll just head up into the field. We'll put the GPS on just so we get some arrow straight lines going here. But yeah, other than that, all is well. Today we've got a couple of things to do actually. We need to finish off this Raking first and foremost. Then we need to start thinking about, because we're in a position where we're about ready to go and get some cattle to arrive, so we need to go and pick up a water bowser so we can transport water to and fro, keep the troughs looking good. And then we need to decide on a couple of things, because there's a few things we need to purchase, and we need to get ready for the next year really. Things like we've got a plough. We need to get a drill sorted out. We have no drill at the moment, so that's going to be the next big one. We're going to need your assistance there to find the right apparatus. And well, yeah, so we'll see how that one goes. We are going to split this field off somewhere about where I am here. We're going to plough and have all this bottom end as another arable field. Get some more cereal crops in the ground there as well. So that should be quite interesting. What I'm going to do now, though, is just, I believe the way this field's shaped. Well, let's see how it goes. We'll just start at the bottom here and square it up from there. Easiest way to go. That bale missed a wrapper somehow, accidentally. But as you can see already there, apart from the bit which has got hay on it, it's really started to grow through quite handily. So that's really nice to see. Actually, we've got a good second crop off here, which will probably be a mixture of hay and silage again, I would imagine. But yeah, that's really good to see. Very pleased with that. Now, what I am going to do is just get my GPS all set up there. So what we need to do, we're in a good enough position now. What I don't want to do is drag in any of that wet stuff. Just get we're going to run my A line. We'll pull it forward here. Just going to try and keep it along the edge of that edge of grass really. That should do. And then we'll knock in our B line, and then we are firing. That should about do it. And there we go. So you can see there's quite a lot of grass here actually. This is a heck of a thick crop at this end. It is a little bit, you can see how it's a little bit thicker in some places rather than others there. It's a little bit bumpy and lumpy, but the rake will help to kind of even all that out there. The baler will chew through it all the same. It's not going to make any difference with that. But yeah, it's a good looking crop. We should get a good number of bales off here. Do think if I can, I want to go a square baler just to get it nice and even. But we'll have to wait and see there. But yeah, hopefully that's going to be the plan. Elsewhere though, like I say, we're going to try and go and think about a drill option. There's a couple of options we have. It's actually the local contractors really more than anything else. So I'll have to have a look and see there. Now my next line is going to be a little bit further forward, I feel. Let's see about turning around there. That should be as good. We'll find out sooner rather than later. Excellent stuff, I think. Good. Good. So yeah, we'll go and check in to make sure that that's all looking good. And then we have some cows arriving. We've got 27 cows arriving, first of all. We couldn't get I wanted about 50. I couldn't get 50 from the one breeder, so we're going to go with 2, which is no bad thing, but it means it's going to be 2 separate kind of two separate interactions. But what that does mean is that we get two separate bloodlines coming in as well, which is always great. Means that we can keep refreshing the bloodlines there, so we don't have to worry too much on from the breeding standpoint. But then yeah, well, once we get this hay in the shed, we're looking pretty good. That's a meaty looking swath though. Good God, there's a lot there. Well, we'll have to wait and see how that does. How you all doing anyway? Hope everything is going well. Do let me know down in the comments below where you're watching from and what you're getting up to. We're always very intrigued to sit back and read through those when they come in. So this field is quite a size. We legitimately, it is feasible to think that we could get 3 fields out of this, 3 smaller fields. We only run small equipment, so to be honest there, anything of this kind of size is possibly a little too big, but it's something that we could definitely think about doing. I mean, this field in total here is probably best part of 60 plus acres, 65 acres I think, so you know, we could easily get 3 20-acre fields out of this, and it's in a position with the kind of dog-leg shape of it that we could do that quite easily, so it's something that I am toying with the idea of. We're still going to keep 2/3 of it as one field of grass for now, and that bottom end there, like I say, we're just going to plough out as soon as we can. Probably have to get that sprayed off first, but it's no problem at all. And then as soon as we can get that done, we'll look to get this get the plough in, get this drilled in, because at the moment we only have 2 fields, so we need to try and figure out how we're going to pay back some of this bank loan, and the easiest way is to have more of an output, to have more products that we can sell. And at the moment the best way I can think of doing that is to turn some of this ground that we're not using, or that we can get by without using, into a profitable ground. For example, we do currently have the 2 paddocks over at the west end to use if we need to for extra grassland. We've got the bales over there as well, so we're doing all right on the fodder front at the moment. It's really bumpy. I'm hoping that in some of these bumps here it is dry enough. Sometimes it gets a little bit too damp and thick in those. Seems to be doing okay. Whichever baler does come in here is going to have a field day chugging through all this. Absolutely incredible. We're going to keep rambling on though. We'll come back to you when we get this pretty much done, and we're going to go and have a look at some drills, I think. Alright then folks, welcome back. We've just been making some monstrously big windrows. I think even it looks like we're going to be getting a big square baler to come in, and some of those might slow it down a little bit. They're huge. As you can see, we're just in the last kind of throes of it all here. Somewhere through my work in there, I skipped a row, which means I have to do it this way around. But sort of no big deal. The GPS still works as we expect it to, so it doesn't throw up any issues there at all. So we don't really miss any hay, but it just looks a little bit odd. But yeah, it's come along nicely. It's ready to bale, that's for certain. I don't need to worry about anything to do with that. What we will be doing though is just spinning ourselves around here. Yeah, we should be finishing them nice and soon, and then we can get ourselves away and go and have a look at this. At which drill we're going to pick up. I've already spoken to them. It's a contractor who's looking to kind of sell 2 drills and get 1 big one, I think. That's the current plan. So one of those smaller drills will be right up our alleyway. Could fit this perfectly well. So we'll have a look and see what they can do. But yeah, I'm expecting a lot of bales off here actually. There's a great turnout. So all being well there, we should really be able to stock up and even possibly sell a few. That'd be ideal if we can do that, but we'll have to wait and see. Other than that though, everything else is going superbly well. We'll finish this up in the next few moments, and then we're going to have a look at the drill. Now this tractor in here is going to become the drill tractor. The John Deere with the loader on will take the loader off there, and that'll quite often just become the plough tractor. If necessary at times, of course, if we're ploughing and drilling at the same time, if I get maybe my dad to come back in and help or something drive, we would probably just keep put the loader back onto the tractor with the plough, and it can just do both because it'll be needed to fill up whichever drill we have. God, that was a heck of a windrow. Good grief. So yeah, that's kind of our thought process there. But at least we'll be able to get 2 tractors into the field at one given stage. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how the 6145R pulls the 5 for Lemkin in this. I don't know what this ground's like here. I imagine it to be quite heavy. But of course, we'll have to get in there and have a real look at it. And just kind of figure it out for ourselves. Now, the way this is all being kind of headed, it doesn't give us much room to turn on the headland. But we'll be alright here. There we go. Excellent stuff. This rake's working very well, actually, leaving it nice and tidy looking. Especially when you get to these bigger stages here. Look at this pile. I'm surprised that's not so wet underneath, as I mentioned earlier. But it seems to be coming through okay. There we go. Yeah, we'll get this little bit finished up there and we're good to go. And voila, we are done, folks. We're going to take the case back. Then we'll jump into the ATV. Actually, we're going to have a bit of a drive. It's not too far, actually. There's a local sawmill here that came around because it was once an old farm that was converted into a sawmill, but the contractor still has a couple of the sheds, I'd like to believe. So it's over there. I think I know where I'm going roughly, but we'll go and have a quick look see. For now, we'll just leave this in here. With the amount of bales we get, I wouldn't be surprised if this little section of the lean-to is almost full by the end. That would be ideal. Perfect stuff. Still do think that 160 plus horse is a little bit too much for a 3-meter rake, but you can only work with the tools you've got, as they say. So, speaking of tools we have, we'll jump into the ATV. Go for a little bit of a ride here, I think. Very big John Deere behind me, that's probably why. Never really see a great deal out the back of this thing. Anyway, off we go. We're going to head down our lane. As I say, it's not too far away. We'll go and see what they've got. And it's kind of up to us as to the decision. We have first choice on both drills. They are going to be second hand, so they're going to be a little bit cheaper than we might have. Well, we definitely would have paid for them if we'd purchased them brand new, of course. But with that, there's the caveat that they are a little bit used. So we need to factor that in mind, to be honest. But we'll definitely have a look through them all. But I'm bringing you along as my trusty advisor here because I want to get your second opinion on them, really, just to have a look, see. And we'll stop here. This is always very tight to see out of. There we go. The old stables in there. We're going to go left here, I do believe. Just up here on the right, actually, I think it is. I know he has a couple of tractors. I think he's got more than that at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's not much around, given it's the middle of harvest, so I'm sure everything will be out and about. And get over there. Ah, there's this one here as well. Oh, there's a Prius there. Is he driving a Prius? Really? Okay. Well, we must be in the right place. There's one drill, there's two drills. So there we go. Ford and looks like a 77, maybe a 20 series John Deere. No, 10 series John Deere there. It's immaculate as well. Look at that, 7710. That is pretty. Love those tractors. So here are our two drills. We have a, what's this, an Agromaz. This looks like it's 3 meter, but more of a direct drill option, which could be very useful. A bit of wear on some of the coulters there. I'll have to get that looked into. But certainly had some work done to it. But 3 meters, we should be able to just direct drill straight into any kind of stubble or even grassland with this, which would be quite good. Looks like it's got twin hoppers as well, one for fertilizer perhaps, which would be really useful. Second option is a bit more of a conventional drill. It is wider at 4 meters. We've got this is a coon. This is really good condition actually. It's immaculate, 4 meters wide with a front hopper on there for the seed. So it's a fair unit actually. I'm sure the Puma would be able to power it, but kind of only just, I would imagine. Obviously, it'd probably go a lot slower than that one, but then that one is a lot narrower, so by a whole meter on every pass. So that's something to consider. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find my man, have a quick chat with him about the prices, and then we'll come back to you. We're going to have a kind of a decision on which way to go. He must be in the Prius. Alright then, folks, we have got a couple of prices. Bear in mind, these are second hand. I think if we were buying these new, they come in the range of like in between 30 and 40,000. I think this setup with the 3 is a little bit more expensive, brand new, than the Agramaz. Now this has a lot more hours on the clock. But this is also in a little bit better condition. So we'd be looking at a shade over 20,000 for this one, is what he wants, 21,000. And actually 25,000 for this setup here. So there's about 4k in it, either way. What I would like is for you to give me a helping hand on this discussion. Drop a comment on the poll, just let me know which one you'd prefer to see. Drop a comment in the comment box down below as well if you have any ideas, and we'll see which one it is. So it's either going to be the Coon or the Agramaz. I'll pop a poll up there right now. Do let me know and we'll have a look. See, I have an idea, but yeah, it's definitely worth thinking about. I've told him we're gonna sit on the decision for a few days. And just think he's very kindly agreed to give me first refusal on either of them. And I think the idea is he's gonna sell both of these, and I think he wants to get like a 6 meter Wahlstad or like an 8 or 9 meter Kuhn drill. So, or horse, beg your pardon, I think is what he's after. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see where that goes. But what we're gonna do is head back on up. A bit of timber around here. So we need to go and get ready for the cattle arriving actually. We're going to have a couple well, one load coming in tomorrow I think. Like I said, that's going to be best part of, I think it's 27 we're going to have in first load. Second load there, if we can get it, it's probably going to be a little bit less than that again actually. I think it's going to be less than 20. So we're not going to quite get to our full level to begin with, but we'll be close. We'll be certainly close enough. What I'll do is though, we're going to get ourselves all settled up, ready to roll, and we'll see how it goes from there. And stop. I got a few calls to make on that front. We've got to go and see if we can get ourselves a water bowser sorted out from somewhere. And we also need to get the rest of the, get this hay made. That's going to be pretty important for us. So we will get that done. We'll leave it here for now. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button. And please subscribe to Simulation for the Nation if you've yet to do so already. Until next time though, do enjoy yourself. Take care. Enjoy what you're doing. But most importantly, happy farming.